Earlier today, I convened the first ever meeting of the National Cabinet in Australia. The National Cabinet brings together premiers and chief ministers from all our states and territories, together with myself, to lead and coordinate a national response to the spread of the coronavirus here in Australia. Today we decided to step up our response once again. We made three important decisions. Firstly, to ensure that anyone arriving in Australia now must self-isolate for the next 14 days. This will be backed up by state and territory laws. Secondly, that ban will also extend to international cruise ships for at least the next 30 days. And thirdly, we adopted the advice of the medical experts who present us with recommendations to ensure that gatherings, static gatherings, non-essential, of more than 500 persons will be banned going forward. This will also ultimately be supported by state and territory laws. We also agreed to practice more social distancing when it comes to managing the spread of the coronavirus. What that means is there'll be no longer any handshakes, and we'll try and keep about 1.5 meters away from each other wherever possible. It means that close personal interaction should be avoided wherever you can. Now, of course, that when you're at home with your family, that can be different. But just generally out and about and in the community, we just need to follow these simple principles, as well as continuing to follow good hand hygiene and things of that nature. This will help slow the spread of the virus in Australia. And the more we slow the spread of the virus, that means that our health system will be able to engage and support the most vulnerable in our community who are most at risk from this virus, particularly the elderly. The National Cabinet will continue to meet every few days at the moment, and we'll be making important decisions about new arrangements for aged care facilities, as well as new protocols and guidelines about gatherings in enclosed spaces. We'll do that early this week. And we're also addressing the important issue of schools. For now, school closures aren't necessary on a grand scale. Where there are specific things that have to be dealt with in a specific school, well, that can be dealt with on a case-by-case basis. There's going to be a lot of changes in Australia over the next 3 to 6 months as we deal with the spread of the coronavirus. But I know that Australians, as we stick together and pull together, will come through it just fine. It will be inconvenient. There'll be some challenging times. There'll be events to respond to. There'll be some frustrations. But the governments of Australia, state, federal, working together to ensure we get the right response in place, that we get the right advice, and we give you the right information so you can make the common sense decisions that are right for you and your family. Thank you very much.
Authorised by S. Morrison, Liberal Party, Canberra.